I don't have enough Nerf, do I? Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Toys, or Joey, and we got a lot more Nerf to talk about. One of several haul videos you'll see sometime in the future, based on Brickfair, Virginia. This is just Nerf related, not going to be about Lego in any way, so you can click off if you don't want to see that, and just wait around for the next one, whenever that happens. This is massive, and it's kind of heavy, but it's very useful, and I'm happy that ENS Bricks has provided me with all of this Nerf in this Tupperware. Only one of them actually outside of the container for right now, but I digress. During Brickfair, Virginia, I got word from ENS Bricks over at Instagram that he wanted to come to the event, and as part of that, he thought, well, he knows I like Nerf. I did mention a while ago I was going to host a Nerf event at Brickfair, Virginia, and I'll talk about that afterward, after the haul. And he said, hey, I don't really need this stuff anymore, I'm trying to clear some space. Could this help you? Is this stuff that you would actually want on your own, or maybe even use with the event? So, we worked things out, and he brought this along. A big old Tupperware. I'm not gonna hold this on me throughout the entire video, but give you a sense of scale with it. Big old Tupperware full of Nerf blasters, and they're fun. There are some repeats that I am always happy to have, one or two other duplicates, just in case. And there are some that I haven't had already that I think will be fun not only for myself, but also locals in my Nerfing group, Garden State Nerf Squad. There's no YouTube channel or anything for them to follow, at least if we're recording this video, but we've made our rounds for a while. And we're still working out things, making sure we got a good crew, and we got some good blasters with us, you know. Still playing a couple games here and there with the good people at NYCNO. I've mentioned little bits about this in previous videos in the past month. So, let's take a look inside. We're going to start things off with a Nerf Strife. Yes, my second in orange, because I only have one orange one right now. I did actually change one thing with this one since obtaining it, and that is I added on a thumb stock, or thumb screw, whatever it's called. The thing that allows it so you could just unscrew it by hand, and then, in a second, pop off, so you can recharge batteries, or just, you know, if it gets modified, change whatever batteries attached to it. Very, very useful. This is something I picked up. The thumb screws I picked up not too long ago from Foam Blast. They've been working very well with several blasters that I've had, not only the Strife, but also Modulus. I think Stockade or Barricade, same kind of thing. I stuck it onto one of those. They are very useful, and I may have to get more, because I have a few other blasters I might need to use them with. Happy to have another Strife, either way. This, as soon as I saw this, I was pretty happy. This is something I missed out getting when it was in the stores, because I didn't really know much about it. And now, I've actually tested it once or twice at a friend's house, and this is a lot of fun. This is the Nerf Sling Fire, with a very cool rifle look to it, all the way around, having like the big stock in the back of it. Kind of get that Hunter perspective with it. What's neat about this one is how it primes. It's only one of two blasters so far to do it, the other one being the Scavenger, which you can find in stores, albeit a little different in how it works. It has a handle down here that, with your opposite hand, actually, probably with this, yeah, with the opposite hand. Bring it forward and back, loads it once, and fire. And what's cool about this, compared to the Scavenger, because it doesn't really carry over the same way with the Scavenger, they changed the ratcheting in it. What's cool about this one, in comparison, you can do this. Yeah! So you really feel awesome trying to reload with that. And yeah, might have a little bit of work on training, trying to get the whole motion right and everything, but when it works, it works. It works great. And also has a clip attachment, so you can add whatever you want on there. Enough about that one. Moving on, we have a Modulus Ion Fire, I think? Doesn't really say it on the blaster, but I believe I've heard it being called the Ion Fire before. Simple pistol type, where you open it from the top, a loaded dart in, close it again, and fires once. And you'd have to, reload it every time. Kind of funky in its design. Does have a couple of attachments onto it right now, like this smaller barrel, which might be useful for other stuff. You got a 4-stock on top, which, again, could be useful depending on the blaster. This one could work. Also got kind of a carry handle there, for better or for worse. Ability to attach for stock, and also a tactical rail at the bottom. I think there's like 3 of these in here, and there's probably more. Practically the same thing, a little color difference between them, at least between this one and these two. If I remember correctly, it's the Fire Strike, or something like the Fire Strike, but there are a lot of Nerf blasters that are similar models like this. Maybe a few color changes or texture changes here and there. Basic thing. I do have a couple of these already, and they are good for modifying. They are good for a starter modifying blaster, from what I've been told. And I will try it myself at some point. Pull the ring on the back, load a dart in the front, and fire. And it also is supposed to have a light that can shine through it if you have AA batteries included and put into the handle. I don't have them in right now. I'm okay with that. And if I did, I probably would change the light anyways because the bulb's probably burnt out or well used. Also can hold 2 darts in the bottom. We've got a Recon CS6. And it was loaded. I didn't know there were actually darts in there. I knew there was a clip. I didn't know if it was an empty one. But yeah, a couple darts in there. OG Elite darts. Because it was before Elite. But yeah, got that. Got another 6-round clip. It's the same function as a Retaliator and a few other blasters that came after it. Same thing as the Recon Mark II. Again, just cosmetically different, but still same attachments. I do have one of these from back in the day. I got it originally, and not too bad. Again, more to tinker with. Now my second Magnus for Mega, which is pretty cool. You can load 3 darts into this at one time. 1, 2, 3. And there you go. Big pistol type, kind of useful. I would keep this as a backup if I didn't have anything smaller like a Big Shock or anything like that. For certain games, you may need to use Mega Blasters to fend off certain enemies. But, yeah, this would be a handy tool. We have a Nerf Vigilon. I am not going to dry fire it. I learned my lesson. A couple Vortex Blasters in here. And, no, word to the wise, in case you haven't heard already, don't dry fire anything that is a Vortex Blaster, even if it's a new one, like the newer yellow-blue wave from Target, which I've seen recently. They're discounting some of them. That's pretty good for getting a whole bunch of ammo for lesser price. This is the Vigilon, and pretty sweet. The idea with this one is you would have 5 you can load in here, top it up, and I believe it loads from the back like this. I did have a Vigilon before, but it was missing this back part, so now I have a functional one. Then we've got a Pyragon? Praxis, there we go. I might already have one in a different color, but still, fun to play around with. You got it loaded from the front like here. I really hope this one isn't already stuck in place, because I cannot pull back the trigger. I'm not going to blame Ian Esbrex or anything like that for it. I'm just going to have to figure out how to unjam it. That's a... Ooh, you have a button for that, don't you? Please tell me you do. I'll figure it out later. You know, it's one thing I would like to learn, especially when it comes to opening up Nerf blasters and doing any kind of modifying work with them, is to figure out how to unjam Vortex. Because when they jam, and believe me, I've done it twice to 3 times recently, they are tough to unjam. I have not unjammed a single one yet. Ammo for one of those. A second. It looks like the Praxis, though. But they call it the Lumitron. Does it have lights in it? No? Okay. It's slightly different in color. That's all I can tell the difference between them. But okay. Couple more parts for the Recon. Basic accessories like the stock and the, what's it called? The stock and the red dot sight. Firefly. I have a video coming up that'll be about this and a Rapid Glow from Rebel. Stay tuned about that whenever I get it done, edited, and published. We got another Fire Strike in here. We've got some more on that, maybe that one is, maybe this goes to the Lumatron. Maybe it's like it lights up or something. I don't know. Oh, it does. I can see the on-off switch on the side of it. There we go. This one I was looking forward to as well. The Sledge Fire has a shotgun-like appearance to it, kind of like the barrel break from the N-Strike line. If I can do this thing correctly, yep, open it up from here. You load in shells that have 3 darts in them, close it back up, and fires 3 at once. So kind of a spread. Interesting style to it. It does have room that you can fit 3 more shells in the back. I can't wait to try this one out. I know the shells are in the bottom of the container. Here's an example of one of those. Ooh, even got a couple nitros in here. I don't even know if there's a nitro blaster, but alright, there's a car that's cool. Recon barrel. Always good to have a recon barrel or retaliator barrel because it's good for master keys, which I will try at least one in the future sometime. I know this is a long video, but there's a lot of stuff to go through. More ammo clips. We've got a Nitron in here for another Vortex accessory, or another blaster. I don't know how this works. All I know is it's a flywheel and pretty bulky. It's got room in the back for extra storage. And again, I don't want to jam this thing. I don't know if it's possible with a flywheel one. And it does have a sight. Doesn't really magnify anything, but looks cool that way. There's that. This box just keeps on giving. We have, I think it's the same thing. Also a Nitron. Yes, there we go. So, this one doesn't have the sight attached currently, but it is still in the box. There. Second verse, same as the first. We've got our Strong Arm, which is like the Maverick, like an improved Maverick. And I got a Strong Arm, I want to say September of last year at a video game con, really cheap. I thought it had an error with it, because I felt it was weird every time it shot that it would have like this buckle sound to it. But I hear that it's in here too, and I have heard it in 1 or 2 other ones that people have. So I guess it's just part of how it works. Like, listen here. Yeah, that. I don't know. That's just a thing. I was not aware of that. Looks like an ammo clip here, or maybe a holster of some kind for Zombie Strike. One I haven't seen yet, so, okay. Neat. Pretty neat. We've got a switch shot, which I'm guessing was yellow originally. I can see a little marks here and there of what it used to be before it was painted over. That's fine that it's painted, but I might still have to paint some of it back. Very basic. Ring pulled out, load one on the top, and it fires. Or, if you have the Wii game that it came with, you can... Oh, did they change the barrel? I don't know. It looks a little different. Anyway, if you have the Wii game that this thing was packaged with, you could put a Wii remote in here, and there's a little activator to, you know, when you press the trigger here, it presses the B button on the Wii remote. Yes, this was for a Wii game. Eventually I'll talk about that. And the follow-up one. I'll talk about a bunch of NERF games that were from DVD games to card games to Wii games. If I could get the technology running, I would love to do a NERF Arena Blast video. You know I would want to. Even if you don't know, you know that I would want to. And another Recon CS6. That was already primed, okay. And in the bottom of here, we've got a lot of darts still in the packages. Interesting. I never saw a 6-dart AccuStrike pack like this before. That's new to me. And also was new to me, and I didn't really acknowledge it before that it was new to me. The Nitro packs with only 2 cars in them. Interesting. Couple more ammunition down here. There's a whole bunch of medals. Star Wars medals. Well, let's take a look at that later. Some Minecraft figures, it seems. Okay. I may get in touch with him at some point to figure that one out. And that's about it. Oh, yeah, pretty much just more ammo. The glow-in-the-dark ones would go with one of those Illuminator, I think it was called. The one that glows, you know, with the ammo clip. That's the idea. You know, that would charge it up as they're loaded in there, and then as it's firing them, they'll shoot out and have some bit of glow to them. I will have a video, like I said, about the Firefly and the Rapid Glow from Rebel. That kind of demonstrates that. I obviously didn't have glow-in-the-dark vortex blasters to do it with, and I didn't think it would be fair either way because I don't have glow-in-the-dark. I don't have two vortex blasters that glow in the dark to make a fair comparison. Darts and discs are always going to work differently. So, no problem missing that. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed all the Nerf. As a quick recap, I did mention in the beginning that I might have been able to use some of these with an event I was hosting at Brick Fair, Virginia. I put word out a few months ago about it where I wanted to gauge the interest of LEGO fans who interact with Nerf. I know some of them who do. I didn't know by how many, or if there would be more people that would just kind of learn about it over time and be more intrigued about it through the event or subsequent events. And then I developed this thing called Brick Blasters. So this was an event off of the schedule from Brick Fair, Virginia in the free time I had available, where I was hosting a couple of Nerf games nearby the convention center. It was safely done within the parking lot adjacent to the convention center. It was clearly marked off by cones and everything. The intent of it was also going to have some obstacles with it, so people had places for cover, and there would be teams. We would run a couple of different games that I've been experienced with my local Nerfers, and maybe change a few rules around depending on the number of people or the amount of time we have available, but still get some of that premise. I would have also done a demonstration there of the Modulus ECS-10. I think I only showed it to a few people to see what the difference was of a stock blaster versus a modded blaster, and how much better you could get with that. I will do that Modulus video here on YouTube, even though I didn't get to do much with it in person. I had 4 people that attended this event after about an hour of the event being open, available for people. I will admit the planning for it was kind of haphazard, where I was trying to figure out who was actually going to be there interested in this, what availability they were going to have, and then my availability in order to host it, and I never really just stuck my flag in the ground to say, we're doing it, until about the night before. So, some of you might have seen that post through YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Yeah, not much happened from it, but at least it gave me enough of resources to work with, and there were some people that were interested in it that did show up, and we talked about it for a little bit. And if it does work out, maybe next year it will be a lot better. Or I may be able to move on to different events. That's the more likely scenario. I am going to correspond with someone to work on a better event for next year, also taking place outdoors near the convention center. We'll try to add it into the schedule so more people are aware of it and well aware in advance of it. I'm looking forward to that. I did also host a LEGO event briefly, but I'll have to talk about that another time. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it once again. Thank you again to E&S Bricks for donating all of this for not only the event, but also for my local Nerfers. I have already talked with a few of them, and they're interested in some of these items. So, they were going to a good cause, even if it didn't work out for the Brick Blasters at Brick Fair, Virginia. We'll see you next time with more videos. If only I can reach up, grab the camera,